So, welcome. I'm sitting here with a blank page, and I don't know about you, but that can be terrifying. We can often make so many excuses of why not to follow our inner nudges to create, to express, to sit in the void and allow something inside of us that longs to be expressed out. So I am going to invite you on my own inner journey of sitting in the discomfort of the void. And I'm going to attempt to sketch as I do this. And this is in no way, shape, or form an art tutorial. It is a way of moving beyond the voices of fear that want to keep us small. So as I speak, I'm going to attempt to mark make, and there's hesitation, there's procrastination. We can often worry about the right materials. So just so you know, I'm sketching on wallpaper backing paper. So it's very cheap and it comes in a big roll, and in that way, if you make a mistake, you can just cross it out. What does it matter? What does it matter? But it does matter to us, doesn't it? And for a long time, I avoided even starting. I let my responsibilities, my lack of time, my fear to really prevent me from giving myself that permission to even start, to allow myself the time to do something that felt like a bit of a frivolity, to be honest. I mean, especially I see this with women that I work with, where if there's not a destination or there's not a defined outcome, then it's like there's no point. There's no justification for using that time. And if we are mothers or fathers, parents, caregivers, then that need to have a plan, to have it all mapped out, to know where we are going or what the point is before we even allow ourselves to begin. So this for me is an experiment. I want to show you what it feels like to sit in the void and to meet yourself on the page. It's like I want to give the process the limelight, not the finished piece, not the perfection, but the process. And I want to allow it to be messy, because it is messy. The art of becoming is about the process. We never actually arrive. We are always becoming. So to believe that only the end point is worthy of being seen, being shown, that the outcome, the success story, the results is the only bit that's allowed to take centre stage. Feels very wrong for me, so I want to try to normalise what this other potential, this other path actually looks like. Beyond the excuses, beyond the self-sabotage, beyond the perfectionism. And for a long time, I let those fears really prevent me from even beginning. And I believe that when we suppress our creativity, when we suppress our voice, when we don't allow what's inside to come out, we suffer. And ultimately, everybody around us suffers too. And I found myself in that place. You might recognize yourself there. It's this sudden realization that you don't even know who you are. You don't really know what you like. Because you've put the needs of everybody else above yourself. And I think as women, we do that naturally. We are caregivers. We are often responsible for carrying the emotional load of everybody around us. Our children, our partners, our community. And we do that because we're conditioned to, because that's what's been modelled to us. That's what it looks like to be a good wife, a good mother. In some way, it has to come with this element of self-sacrifice. It's putting the needs of everybody else above our own. And many people carry on like that for years. I was in that loop for decades. I was in a corporate career on that conveyor belt. I had a young family. I'd stopped creating. Creating felt like a frivolity. It felt pointless to get out the pens, the paper, the paint, to write, to express. Who would want to hear that monotony? Who would want to see what I'd created? I put so much emphasis on what I created needing to be finished, polished, perfect, and took a mental kind of a mental sum of what it would take for me to get to that point. And it felt so far away that there was just no point even starting. And for a long time I got away with this. We do get away with it. We think we can carry it all. But ultimately, the body keeps score. And for me, burnout followed, breakdown, a moment of just being completely stopped, where I had to halt, I had to slow down that incessant pace, that overgiving, that people pleasing. Didn't happen easily, didn't happen overnight, not by a long way. Took a very long time. It was a slow unraveling. And that unraveling took me into the underworld. It made me descend, made me go within. And we're often scared of going within. Again, at the time, I can remember thinking, this feels exposing, feels vulnerable. In some ways, it even felt boring. I didn't understand the point, the reason. I didn't really believe I would find anything there. And I think that's what keeps us on the surface. That's what keeps us hooked to the fast, to the quick fix, to the dopamine hit. Keeps us scrolling, keeps us searching. But what if what we're looking for is within? What if it's just waiting to come out? What if it's just waiting for an outlet? So this is my commitment. My commitment to myself, a commitment that I feel a need to do publicly, to invite you on this journey, to pause, to step outside of the fast pace, to allow yourself to take a breath, to be present, and maybe begin your own excavation maybe join me on this journey of the art of becoming.